From WWLTV, the spirit of Louisiana, this is Louisiana's news leader, Channel 4's Eyewitness Morning News.
Blending art and science to encourage home elevation, it's the goal behind a new project by UNO's Center for Hazardous Assessment, Response and Technology, also known as CHART. This week, the university will unveil a new citywide neighborhood-based electronic map of attractive elevated homes. Joining us with more on this, Shirley Laska, the director of CHART, and one of our favorite artists, Terrence Osborne, who's been thinking about this for quite some time with your art, although you take a more comical view of it. But in all reality, this city has a culture for hundreds of years of elevating homes.
Absolutely. Historic neighborhoods along the river. And in the 1950s, we just had a lapse, and we started building homes slab on grade. And this program is to encourage residents to think about elevating their homes and to have the tools to do so. And
there is money from the federal government to do this. It does seem to make a lot of sense. Some homes probably won't be able to be elevated, but if you can, and especially if you're building a new home, it is the smart thing to do.
Yes, and people are somewhat concerned about whether the home will fit into the neighborhood, and that's why we did the map, and we partnered with Terrence with his imaginative way of presenting homes to encourage people to think very comfortably about elevating homes because they're all around them in the neighborhoods.
And you had been thinking about this pre-Katrina, Terrence. I mean, you had artwork that was showing what homes could be, at least in your vision of what elevated homes might be.
Yeah. I think I'm just like anybody else who lives near the Gulf. You know, you think about the hurricanes all the time, and so this piece with the houses stacked on top of each other.
That was done. And how far before Katrina was this?
That was pre-Katrina in '02.
Oh, in '02.
Yeah. In 02.
Yeah. And again, because we do have flooding here, whether there's a storm or not. You know, we have historically been a city that in many places is below sea level, although about 50% of the city is at sea level or above sea level. A good part of the city is below sea level.
Yes, it is, and we just have to face that. We are a coastal community. We live behind levees, and sometimes we don't realize that. But I think the photos, the paintings that Terrence has done, like the one with the houses and the boats, really brings that across, and what you're seeing now.
Yeah, and this was a post-Katrina poster or painting that Terrence did, which has been reproduced all over the country.
Yeah, I've started a Hurricane Solution series, and this is the third of it. So it's more of a jovial play on what we could do to solve some of the hurricane problems. But in some cases, it could be a realistic idea.
And in all reality, you are looking at this. Here's some of the maps that show where some of the home. Are these where elevated homes are located, or were areas that maybe should think about it?
No, this is a map that will be available on our website. It's simply chart.uno.edu. You click on your neighborhood, and up will pop a series of elevated homes. And we have 15 of them live now. The website will come on Thursday with our reception.
Do you also have on your website a list and some idea of just what the elevation is, what sea level, in various neighborhoods? Yes,
we are creating that. We have it on another website they can get to through ours. It's called flood.help.uno. It's a FEMA-funded website, but yes, and people are very interested in that.
Because that is important information to know what your elevation is in your neighborhood.
Yes.
Because if you live in a neighborhood that is at sea level or below sea level, or historically floods, even in rains, it's a good idea.
Absolutely, and your point is well taken. Spring rains, as we know, the rains in May of the 90s really were harmful. So you have to think about both types of flooding, the massive, catastrophic, as well as the regular.
And Terrence, we're going to just veer off this real quickly about your artwork, and you know, you got to love what you do.
This is the first of the series. This Hurricane Solution #1.
And your career has really taken off over the past several years. Has it been better post Katrina?
Yeah, it has been. It's gotten better since Katrina. Really, I had somewhat of a following before Katrina, but when Katrina hit, it just skyrocketed for me.
And I know because I've looked at some of your work; it's just gone off the map for prices, which is good for you.
Yeah.
So it's good. And some of your early works now, and this you take a lighthearted view at it, but it is driving home the point, and that's what you guys want to get across at UNO.
And we'll have the reception on Thursday from 4 to 7, unveiling the map, the electronic map, and highlighting Terrence's art.
All right, as we just said, UNO's Center for Hazardous Assessment, Response, and Technology, CHART, will hold a reception It's being called Imagining Safety in Art and Reality Elevated Homes in New Orleans. It'll be this Thursday. It'll happen from 4 o'clock till 7 o'clock at the Lindy Boggs Conference Center at 2045 Lakeshore Drive in room 236. Is that on the UNO campus?
It's on the R&T Park at the top of Elysian Fields. Yes.
Okay, the Research and Development Park.
Yes.
The Technology Park, rather.
Yes.
And again, the website quickly?
It's chart.uno.edu.
Okay, very good. Terrence, thank you very much. You can leave any of these you want. We don't mind at all.